She's hungry. I sure am. I am hungry. I should have ate before I started this. Why do I do that to myself? I start the video and then I'm like, man, my big guts are eating my little guts. I'm so hungry and I'm craving bananas. I want bananas, I want fruit, I want fish. Good morning. Good morning, good noon, good night, good day, wherever you are in the world, good morning. So we got a lot to channel today. I may even split it up and make a couple of different videos. It depends on what Spirit's telling me to do. But I'm getting love messages really strongly, and I'm also getting a bunch of random messages. So I guess we'll do whatever comes out, right? That's what we'll do. So we'll go with the one I'm feeling the strongest, and it's definitely in the love factor, okay, or romance factor, love factor, the love arena, something to do with arenas or shows, or literally I see stands, like people in the stands watching some sort of something in an arena, okay, arena, Aretha, Athena. And here I go losing hair again. So if y'all know how I kind of do this, I channel mostly at night and then I report back to you the next day. If you know and you've been watching my community tab on here, I posted a song that I was channeling today and never heard this guy before. And here we go, this song pops up and I'm like, what? So I start watching it and I'm like, wow, someone is like, Spirit, does this have something to do with the message? This is kind of naughty. Is this going in a naughty direction? Naughty by nature. Someone's like, the inside of them is like, I see the strength card in my head. I see someone trying to like tame their inner beast, tame their inner destroyer. Yeah, somebody's trying to tame their desire. Or maybe they aren't really trying to tame their desire, but it's like, it's an instinct for them to kind of do it anyway, but a part of them is just completely unleashed, unhinged. Someone's completely unleashed, unhinged, in a sensual kind of way. It's more of an energetic thing right now. It's not really in the 3D. It's not in the 3D. I don't know what they're doing in the 3D, but it's not what they're wanting to do. There's still a sense of there's space in between them and what they want to do, or who they want to do. But it's some sort of like, it may not even be actual intimacy, like, well, let's say this, because intimacy is the most important thing. It may not be actual like sex, right? But maybe. But I don't really get that initially. I get something more slow-paced, sensual, but also driven with a ball of fire inside. Right? It's like there's a ball of fire in there waiting to just erupt. Oh, eruption. Someone's been over here erupting. Wow. Okay, like a volcano, someone's erupting, or there could be some sort of volcano erupting, or interruption. Maybe someone like they're like in the middle of an eruption or an erection. They're in the middle of something. Maybe someone's like self-pleasuring here, man or woman, and like maybe someone walks in, or maybe the phone rings or something, or they just, I don't know, maybe someone makes a noise and they're like, they just freeze on it, just half staff, just like a fainting goat. Deep breath, calm down. I do get a sense of anxiety. I do get that there's like this rush of anxiety, or someone's feeling more anxious lately. Maybe they don't know that's what that is, but it's like, yeah, that's anxiety. Or maybe they know. Maybe someone's like, I am feeling, it could be just because there's pent-up energy that needs to be released. It needs to be released. Wow. Yeah. Look, I'm always going to be vulgar. It's just there. You know, if you're new here, it's, you know, I try, oh, it could be me, you know, it could be part of me. Some of you could have like a vulgar mouth, and you could be very vulgar, and maybe people around you are like, you should tame that, or you don't. People used to say this shit to me. People used to be like, you don't look like you, or you don't talk like you look. You don't look like you would talk like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But, you know, and I don't, it's just how I talk, you know. For a lot of you, you've been here with me a while, and, you know, it's just, I have literally been this way since I was young. I was raised with brothers in a military household. It's just, it comes with the territory, you know. I knew what a lot of shit was before I should even know what a lot of shit was. And plus, not to mention, I had, sides in my family that were pretty corrupt, and I saw a lot of things that I shouldn't have seen at a young age. And so it's just kind of stuck in there. We've worked through that trauma. We've done that. But the vocabulary is still there. I feel like someone's a freak in the sheets. It's like they look like a lady or a man on the outside, but boy, that mouth though. And I mean, like, maybe they even give some good, or they could be like, wow, they got a dirty mouth. Oh yeah. Dirty mouth. Like, just nasty. The things that somebody says, or maybe they think it but they don't say it, or maybe you have two different people here. Like, the one that's taming it, it's like, you're thinking it. What's the difference in you thinking it and I'm just saying it? You know what I mean? Because I know you're thinking it. That's what it is. The person here who's like doing all this desiring is the one that's holding it back, right? Like, they're just like, whoo, whoo. They got a straight jacket around their genitals. Like, it is just, whoo. It's like, just itching to get out of there. But it's quiet though. It's like a closet freak more so. And this person over here, maybe they're a closet freak too. Like, I'm celibate. You'd never know I was celibate the way I talk. I am, I have an adventurous vocabulary. Let's just say that. That's a colorful, nice way to say I am extreme. Like, don't ever put me on speaker. Don't put me on speaker. It's happened. People have done that to me before. And I'm just very honest, too. People have called me in the middle of me, having fun with myself, because you can be celibate and still love yourself. And I do. I do, definitely. And, I mean, it's healthy. And so people have called, and I'm like, oh, yeah, like, literally my bosses before have called me in the middle, and I'm just honest about it. It's just who I am, so this can make someone very uncomfortable. Some of you watching me, you could be very transparent, and that translates as vulgar, or you're too pretty to talk like that, or it's off-putting when you do that. That probably drives people away, and it's like, I don't give a shit. People are like, oh, you said a cuss word, and I'm like, but also it depends on your intention too. I have no intentions when I'm speaking. I'm sure this is, whoever this resonates with, it's like, you're just being you, and this isn't about do people like it or not. Maybe it is partially, but this is more about the person who does like you, possibly loves you, wants you for sure, but they don't know how to show it, or maybe they're like, or maybe you're just a whole new world for them. They're not used to that. They're used to people who are more refined, or who don't really show that on the outside because it's bad, like slap the wrist, But you're more like, you're like mischievous. You were the child that they were like, don't do this. And as soon as everybody was asleep, you got up and went and did that. So it's almost something like the idea of even feeling like teetering the line of sinful. I'm also hearing Yellowstone. It's something to do with even like someone teetering the line of like, oh my gosh, am I like crossing the boundaries? I feel like I'm sinning here. And it's like, what's worse, saying it or thinking it? It's still the same thing. All of a sudden, my right eye started like, and the right side of the body is masculine. So it's definitely like there's a masculine here, a masculine energy who is like, oh no, I can't watch, I can't see, I can't allow myself to say these things, feel these things. It's almost like wrong, but someone's like, they're still feeling it though. I can't open my eyes. It's burning, I'm telling you. Give me a second. All right. Y'all are a little blurry still. I put those eye drops in, those Sistine eye drops. They're super, those eye drops that are like way too much money, but they work so good. Anyway, it's a little blurry right now, so just bear with me. Okay, so yeah, it's like somebody can't see straight because they're completely like, there's just a lot of energy in there, and it's not completely sexual. It's just, it's fired by that. That's the fuel, It's because it's, what it really boils down to is it doesn't feel like lust. No, this does not feel like lust. This is passion. Like, it's passion. It's true passion. It's driven from a very deep place, not a dark place. This isn't necessarily someone living in their shadow. If anything, they're trying not to live in their shadow, but they're depriving themselves of something that they can't help experiencing, and it's just getting stronger the more that they ignore it, because it's almost like if your body, like when I was eating the banana the other day, I was like, if your body's telling you need something, eat it, do it. I'm not repeating that. I mean, what's the difference in me repeating that than everything else I say, right? I heard somebody say eat a dick. Where are we going with this? Let's keep going. So, okay, going back to the song I posted in the community section. Let's look it up. Mahir. I can't remember what he went by. Mero. Mehro. I don't know how you say it. I never heard of this guy till today. All right. So the lyrics, the song's called Exploding, if that don't tell you anything. And I got eruption earlier, something about a volcano or somebody exploding inside, or they're like literally, they got a grip on it or in it. They've got luck. And it's almost like off-putting, you know? It's like, oh, I'm so hot for you. I'm so turned on by you, but I don't want to. Don't look. No, it's wrong. It's vulgar. You know, I don't know. Beating in my chest, or beating in the pants is what he should have said, leads me to this. I can't explain. I feel like an animal. I told you. And someone feels like an idiot. He's like, I feel like a fool. I'm out of control. I'm gritting my teeth. My blood's boiling. It's like look, the more that someone is holding it in, putting a chastity belt around their hoo-ha. That's true though. You know, maybe someone is celibate here. Maybe some of you are celibate. If you're celibate, you can be like, oh, it's really hard. Literally and figuratively. It's like, it's so hard, or it's getting to be a really damp situation. And it's rough. Yeah, it's rough. It doesn't mean that you can't have fun with yourself. If you're feeling these urges, honey, ain't nobody gonna love on you better than you gonna love on you. And if you don't know, try it. And people will be like, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, I'll show you. I bet I could show you better than you could show yourself. Honey, that's what they've all said. That's what everyone says. It's just no. I'm hearing someone say highly doubtful. Like, maybe someone is, you know, they're super comfortable just being themselves. If I'm picking up on you, and this resonates for you, you're just very comfortable in who you are. You're not trying to be accepted. You don't really care. And I think it's a turn on. It's a turn on. It's also a turn off as much as it's a turn on. It's like a catch-22. You could have like 50% of people love you, and then the other 50% of people hate you. Or it's like, you know, you don't really have anybody in between. And then sometimes people switch it up on you because it's like, you're just off-putting. You're just very off-putting. But, you know, as much as you're off-putting, you're definitely detonating a lot of peculiar objects for someone who's so off-putting. I'm hearing obscenity. Yeah, it's obscene. You could be very obscene, or the things that you think. I mean, it's like, imagine if everything you thought you said. There's someone here who's like, just keep doing your thing. See, they kind of, it's a little alarming. Let's just say alarming. I think that's a better word, because this person wants you, or you want them. Somebody's like, no, I want you. I want you more than even that. I don't even know if I want that from you. Like, maybe someone's like, I know I'm not going to get that from you. Maybe someone knows someone isn't, you know, or they're not going to get it easily, or it, you know, that's not the goal. Someone's not trying to get in someone's pants here. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but they're not trying to. It's like, but if you look at the lyrics, it says, just keep doing your thing. They kind of, as much as it's alarming how someone is, and how, not only how someone is, but how much of a turn on it is for someone in every way. It's like all encompassing turn on. It still makes someone be like, I don't want you to stop. It's like, please stop, don't stop. Please stop, please don't. You know, it's almost like a push-pull, or like a tug-of-war, or like, no more, please. No more, please. Please, no more. And it's like, which one is it? Please or no? Yes or no? And it's like this, again, I go back to hunger. And I said I was hungry, right? Again, at the beginning of this video. I am. I'm craving fruit. I'm seeing Fruit of the Loom. That's underwear. Do they have Fruit of the Loom still? Fruit of the Loom, yeah, this is definitely a little heated. You know, it's a little heated. And I mean, you know, it's a natural thing, I guess, to experience. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I mean, well, we know that. Maybe I'm just crazy. We know that too. But I feel like the more aligned with myself that I've become, And the more shit that I've gone through that's elevated me on a spiritual level, it's actually made me less sexual towards other people. Like, it's made me completely turned off with the human race for the most part. I mean, there's certain things I'm still like, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I'm like, ugh, no, I'm just not really, you know? And it's made me more want to experiment with myself. You know? Are any of you like that? I am very curious. Please let me know in the comments below. Since you've become more aware of yourself and more spiritually inclined, since you've been taking better care of yourself, since you've quit your addictions, whatever it is for you, since you've aligned better and you're continuing to every day, and we know this, right? We never fully get where we're going until we get there and then we're gone. Does that make any sense? You know, we're always learning, or we should be. Some of you could have experienced that along with me, where, I mean, I'm really curious to know that. Please let me know. Because while I still am like, oh yeah, I know what that human, you know, that connection is, but also, if you have never really like loved yourself, loved on yourself, meaning I'm not talking about you practice self-love, if you know what I mean, and you let other people love on you. I'm talking you only love on yourself. If you've never done that, and I mean for an extended period of time, you could label it celibacy if you want, right? Or whatever you want to call it, meaning only you are the one touching your body for a extended period of time. You should try it. I'm just saying, you should try it. Like, my nipples are getting hard thinking about it. I'm not even kidding you. Like, self-love, there ain't no love like that. This is so inappropriate. It's not inappropriate. Have you seen the shit they post on here? Really? You know what I mean? They just pick and choose who they want to shadow ban and stuff. This is what they do, right? But I ain't saying shit that ain't on here. There's 10 times worse. I'm just talking about natural self-pleasure, which you never hear people talk about. It's always about hopping on someone else or getting them to hop in you. But I'm trying to promote doing yourself. It's safer. It's more adventurous. You know, sky's the limit. You can trust yourself. You know, it's just all around, you know, and when you're done, you're done. You go to bed. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. No, I'm not diminishing the fact that, you know, if and when I ever choose again to be like, okay, I'm done doing the celibacy thing, I'll just go back to being, you know, let's just throw myself back out there more into the human existence that I'm already in. Let's just go ahead and do it. It's going to have to be life altering. Like, it's going to have to blow me the fuck out of the water. Just to be blunt, I'm not even kidding you. It's going to have to be earth shattering. Because otherwise, I don't see the point. I don't. Anyway. Just keep on doing your thing. I'm on the brink of exploding. Break me down, make me insane. Someone's like, you know what? I'm going to give in. I'm just going to give in. I mean, you know, some of you may be like ready to give in. Maybe that's the point of this message, or someone's ready to give in to you. Someone's like to dabble with you, to run about your fields. They're going to have to, or in their mind, it's, you know, it's walking the dark side. It's walking the line of danger, because you're kind of naughty, or you're just different than what they are used to, or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe you're just kind of like, you're a little scary, you know, for whatever reason. You're just a little scary. You're a little, well, anything different is, you know, anything unique and different is, it's scary, because it's not like everything else. It's something new. You know, that's with anything. Let's say you go your whole life and you've never tried sushi, but then you end up being with someone one day who all they eat is sushi. And then, you know, you're curious, so you're like, but ultimately, inwardly, you're terrified. You really don't want to eat the sushi. You'd rather eat their sushi at home, in the bedroom. But because you want to make them happy, you eat the fucking sushi. So you're eating the sushi and you're like, not so bad. I love it. But before you eat it, like, what's going through your mind is food poisoning, death, you know, things like that, worms in your stomach, some sort of parasite you can't get rid of. Like, this is what you're thinking about. But because you're like, you know what? I'm not saying you're doing it for them, but you're like, I almost can't help it. Like, I almost just want to put this fish in my mouth so bad. And maybe if I do, they'll let me put their fish in. I don't know, but someone here is like, I'm feeling a little like frisky. I'm feeling like walking on the line. I'm feeling like exploding. Break me down, make me insane. Someone's not on the brink of exploding. Someone's already done it. I feel like someone has definitely, I don't know, tossed their balls around their court. Something like that. I feel like they have definitely experimented here with some, because they couldn't help it. They had to relieve themselves in some way. Wow. Look, how many of you right now are like, wow, I can't believe she just said that, but inwardly it's because you know damn good and well you just masturbated to somebody. No shame, no shame. Just know it inside. Just know it deep down. Even if you don't show it, the universe knows it. Because they're telling me right now, they're telling me somebody here has definitely been like, oh yeah, you ain't got to tell me. I already know. They're telling me right now. Wow, stop. Okay, I'm stopped. All right, so I'm going to get off here. I think that's all we needed for today. At least for this message. I feel a little flustered. And we'll try to come back on here after I got dinner to cook and I've got to wash clothes. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. I feel like embarrassed now. And that's not my energy. So I know I'm picking up on somebody who's like, see, it's whoever this is like, whoever's like, oof. The main person I was picking up on, the one who's like holding themselves back from another, who's like dangerous. This person's like, all right, I'm going to go. Bye.